Family, one one. Payday coming up mountain and my been a put in the work, yo. I earn overtime straight, no break. So you know say yo, my pay I go nice. But come find out say yo, all of my excitement just dropped because then my pay now would be over $1.5 million per year. Which means, bro God, I got deep in our pay because well, I me and him they were feet the whole last month. So in this video, it's about taxes, and I'll be breaking down the main taxes that come out of someone's pay a month time or week time or every fortnight. So with that said, ensure you like, share, comment, subscribe, tell a friend, and let's begin. Off the bat, I'll just tell this straight. Your taxes come out of your gross pay. You see that pay amount that they say they would pay you a month time? Yeah, that pay. And gross mean in a touch it none tall. You see me? In a touch it none tall, and yeah, that them want to take the money out of. So let's say them say alright, you get $150,000 a month. That's not what you're getting. Actually, far from it. But let me explain more. The four main taxes that come out of your pay, like that outside of whatever your company have as events or deductions or pension and something there. But like if you just starting on something there, the four main taxes that going to come out of your pay are education tax, national insurance tax, national housing trust tax. And once you cross the $1.5 million threshold, then you start paying PAYE tax, which is pay as you earn. So what are these taxes? Alright, so the first on the list is the Jamaican education tax. Alright, so what is education tax? Education tax was established on July 1983 in the Education Tax Act. And even though it says education tax, essentially that money goes into a pool or a consolidation of funds, mean wherever government get other money from just go to one place and then it is used to benefit Jamaicans. So the tax rate on this is 2.25 for the employee, that's what going to come out of your pay, and 3.5% for your employer. So that's what your employer going to match for your pay. And to be honest, when I was going to college, I actually benefited from this, or probably something like that, because I got educational scholarships, so I got it for all 3 years of college actually. So yeah, and it was about, I remember, but something about 500,000 to probably 600,000, give or take. So yeah, and granted, it wasn't even that hard because you know it's a 2.5 GPA requirement, and you had another one that was a JAMVAT, where essentially all you have to do, yes, you still have to pass all your classes, but all you have to do was like 200 hours of community service, and then you get it. So there was that. Now for the National Housing Trust, and a lot of persons probably know about National Housing Trust, or NHT. And this is just really a statutory body that is used to finance housing solutions for the public. Hence, National Housing Trust. But their aim is to essentially provide affordable housing solutions for the public. I think them kind of miss the affordable part, but they do assist. I'll put it that much. And the thing is, NHT doesn't only just get money from our pays. Granted, our pay they take 2% from the employee and 3% from the employer. So there is that. But they also have a few other ways to generate capital. One being they have investment portfolios, meaning, you know, probably stocks and them some there. They also have loan portfolio because as a housing solution, they do lend out money at a relatively cheaper rate than what the banks would lend you money for in order for like build house, buy house, or even like renovating your house. And of course, you know, all of the 2 and 3% I was talking about comes out of your gross pay. Like nothing comes out of net pay, so gross pay. Fun fact, if you decide that like, alright, them houses here too expensive, I been working for a minimum of 8 years, you can request the money that you have been contributing over those 8 years from NHT. So granted, if you start working in the year 2000 and it's now 2008, you can request the money that you contributed in the year 2000 from NHT. And then when you reach 2009, you can request for the year 2001. So yeah, there is that. And when I say investment portfolios, I mean like, well, they also have like houses on the market, so they'll put money and build up infrastructures, build up houses and them something there and then sell them back to persons and yeah, but they must sell them at some healthy prices. So the affordable part is a hit or miss. Alright, so national insurance tax. National insurance tax essentially is a compulsory contribution that you have to do, which basically just protects all employed persons, in the event of some form of social security issue. So it's a social security scheme. And essentially, I'm going to read what the website says. It says that the NIS offers some financial protection to the workers and his or her family against loss of income, arise from injury on the job, sickness, retirement, or death of the breadwinner in the family. It really charges 3% of the $1.5 million threshold. So 3% of that. So up to that point, they charge that. And then now, if you're self-employed, it's up to a maximum of $3 million. So 1.5 for the person that is employed, and then the self-employed person is up to $3 million. And pay the 3%. Now for the tricky part. PAYE, pay as you earn tax. And them not play. Alright, so PAYE tax is a levy against employed persons. It can be self-employed or employed or of other income. The tax is deducted at source. Means before you see your paycheck, it's coming out already. It's deducted at source, either the payer or the employer. They're taking it from their source. And then it is sent to the tax administration of Jamaica. PS, you can also check if you're paying your taxes, like if your company paying your taxes on the tax administration of Jamaica website. So there's that. But PAYE tax essentially is taken out of a paycheck on a monthly basis. Taking a monthly basis rather than having to pay everything once a year. You see me? And that's the best way them can do it, because it'll be very difficult. It'll be very difficult to collect that amount of money from some Jamaicans. And the tax is deducted every month. You see me? Which is easier. It's easier than I have to pay all of that money one time up. So how much percent do they take out of your pay? Alright, so for the first $1.5 million, it is free. Alright, you get PAYE tax from that. However, I give specific number. However, once it passes 1.5 mil, I think it's 1.5 mil 96, then you jump to 25%. Meaning, any money you make over that $1.5 million, 25% of it automatically goes towards tax administration of Jamaica. Alright, so there is that. I won't say 1.5 mil, I mean like in aggregate. So I think the figure would be if you make more than $125,000 per month, then everything over that $125,000, 25% of it going to be taxed and go to tax administration of Jamaica. But then, if you make over $6 million, it jumps to 30%. Alright, I'm explaining. Alright, so basically, the $1.5 million that you'd make annually, anything over that, you'd get charged 25% of it in tax. Up to $6 million. Alright, and then when it's at $6 million, anything that is, so basically 75% of what we have left going up to the $6 million is then taxed again at another 30% in order to give tax administration, and then everything you make over that then is really yours. So yeah, but of course, I like use Excel and I'm a visual person per se. So I was going to show you in Excel. So we're going to see how to calculate your taxes that you pay in aggregate and how much you actually pay in taxes and how much money you actually can look forward to a month time to say, alright, this is the amount of money we make rate. And basically how to check if your job actually take more tax than them actually need, I think. So yeah. Alright, family. So essentially, this is the Excel sheet. Pretty simple, straightforward. Did all of the hard work already. Also, somebody helped me with the NIS part because it was a little bit tricky. However, I got it. So it's simple. Honestly, there is no really need to explain all this. So PAYE tax. So I just put in a figure basically to say alright how it would work. So this right here is connected to this right here, so which is the tax rate, as well as all of them here. So only thing them here more fixed. So these are fixed. So these are fixed things. So NIS tax, education tax, and national housing trust tax. These are fixed. However, literally the only thing you have to do in here is you can enter information here, so which is your gross pay and like the bonus will make. So probably overtime or Saturday work, or which I'll get the aggregate of this. We're going basically get aggregate here like gross salary and so on and so forth. You see me? Plus then everything else, so PAYE, tax, pension, everything is calculated. And it might seem simple, cause oh, you just take 2% of this and that. No, it's not that simple. So them here, education, NIS, them here simple. Thing is also education tax is taken out after your NIS is taken out and your pension. So your pension and NIS have to come out first before education tax. And it's the same thing with PAYE. Your pension and your insurance has to come out first. Has to come out first. Alright? Them have to come out first. Everything else is calculated. Say it's sum of everything we had pay as statutory deduction. Mean like this is just adding up every thing, all the deductions them come out your pay and then get net salary essentially. And I did this with my pay and it only was like 1 cent off. So there was that. Also all the deductions, maybe I have like car payments, sports day thing, whatever other deductions that are not really like government. I would say government, but yeah, that is really it. And then you see how much pay you're going to get in your account at the end of the period. You can ignore this. Them here are really just backing information, so you can ignore that. Literally, all you have to do is just put in a pay. Say put in a pay. Say make a month time. Say $1,000,000. That means say literally your tax bracket will go up. You see everything change. Say your tax bracket gone up in the 30s, and so on and so forth, and it shows all the way that I get after tax and so on and so forth. But let's say you make 100,000. I think say you make 110,000 a month time. Then you see a tax bracket. PAYE tax gone down to zero because as well zero the tax bracket and so on and so forth. Yeah. PAYE you paying a pension and insurance and something there still come out, then you get that at the end of the day as pay. Alright. Also here, so for pension is a percentage, so you have to change the percentage. So suppose after your pay you decide to you're pay 10% pension. You pay 10% as pension, so it's gonna show and it add it automatically as I say, and then yeah, that is that. For the back end now, it might look a little clustered, but basically just like give you some information. Say different income tax levels them, so 0 up to 1.596 paying up 25 when you break that 1.5 now you start in 6 million tax bracket, they pay 25% and so on and so forth. But it explains more. So it say if the income is less than or equal to 1.5 mil 96, then the tax due is 9. This is alpha PAYE basically. So is 0%. If the income tax is between 1.5 mil and 6 million, then the tax becomes 25% of the income above the 1.96. So as I say, everything over the 1.5 mil are going to be taxed at 25%. And then if 30% tax bracket is if you're greater than 6 mil, then the tax become due after above over 6 mil plus the tax bracket for the previous term. So the 1.5 I get free, and then the 6 million area, so you get that 25%, and everything over that you get 30%. So yeah, that is that for it. And this was just like you can like check. So suppose if you like say you not really get what you're supposed to get in there, so you can like do the checks and so say you can do the checks them yourself, so you can see your gross pay and you can put on how much them deduct out your pay, and you can check the percentage. So anyhow them here I know the same, say some off because your insurance supposed to be 3% of that and so on and so forth. The next thing now is the limitation of the Excel sheet, where you have to put in some work for yourself basically. And so please remember that if you are self-employed, NIS contribution cut off at $5 million. And the same for employed persons. The only difference is that employed persons pay 6% up to the $5 million mark. And let me check on Google. Because I think they are treating the same way, but them say it increase. So then the last part really is you can check. So my do the calculations for you. So you see it's 5 million multiplied by the 0.3. So anytime you see your payment exceeding this amount at one time, if it is self-employed or this whenever your NIS contribution is going, then you know say, oh yeah, well look at this here. Like you can see for that first year, them NIS is 3,000. So it you know, yeah. But that's the limitation. So you would have to go check that yourself, guys. I'm not over calculate that part there. And it's not like something major. Because in order for you to even be in this predicament, that means that you're making a lot in the 30% tax bracket area or the higher 25. So yeah. And essentially that's it, guys. So all I'm gonna do is just clear my monthly income, which is zero for you. Everything is zero, and then I'm going to put the pension at zero as well, because some people now pay pension. And yeah, so for next Excel sheet for figure out what is what and for enjoy. Of course, guys, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, confirm to a friend. And with that said, catch you in the next video. As always, love you guys. Peace.